everybody, my name is Farmer Phil and today we are going combining again. We're cutting dry combine. We're going back to where we finished off not the last video, but the last day we were cutting. We actually broke the knife on the header, broke literally the bar, so we had to stop and we had to buy a new bar, new knife, and a whole lot of stuff just to get it set up and running. But we're back running now, and as you can see from the title of the video, it's the weather is making the job tricky. It's making it very tricky now, between ground conditions and grain, trying to get the grain dry enough and everything. It's just not being an easy harvest now, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any easier. Having a cucumber fresh out of the greenhouse, best thing about having a greenhouse is I have my own stash of cucumbers. But anyways, so we're going to be on up to the field. They're gone on ahead of me with the header, so they should be cutting away. Whether we get baled straw or not is debatable. Whether we will, it's up in the air, we'll have to see. And we're kind of hoping that the moistures will be coming in under. The whole plan is now, from now on, is to try and get them under 25. We're hoping to get under 20, under 18 is perfect. But with the way the weather is looking and how the weather seems to be playing out, the 7-day forecast is poor. The crops have been sprayed off. I think this is going into its third, if not fourth week now, which isn't great. The longer it's sprayed off, the more likely it is to start to shed. I don't want that happening. I don't want to start losing great crop. So we're going to have to cut a bit moisture. We're just going to have to cut moisture. That's really it. It's just annoying. But anyways, camera's about to fall over again. We'll be on up to the field and we'll have a look what's doing, have the drone and everything, and yeah, I'll leave my cucumber and we'll be on up to the field. Just in the field, combine is cutting away, so we'll be on over. We've the moisture meter in the tractor, just down there beside the thing of spanners. So we'll just tip across here, and we'll see how it's coming in, what it's coming in at. You can see the bales that were made the last day we were here. We were baling and combining 100%. Lovely stuff, so it was smashing stuff. But I don't know whether we'll get baling this time or not. We'll have to see. But the forecast, it has rained already this morning, so it has. We had go down here with you. There we go. There was a small shower this morning up here, so I wouldn't be expecting the lowest moisture, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. And the last couple of days haven't been over great, and tomorrow's promised wet, and the rest of the week is nearly giving showers every day. So it's a matter of just trying to get as much as we can done and try and keep the moisture, if we can, around the 20. If it goes above 23, 24%, we won't be able to treat it with our alkaline treatment additive. We'll have to treat it with acid, but as well as, because of the high moisture, we'll have to treat it with acid straight away. We couldn't leave it for a week and do it. It has to be done within a few days of being harvested, or it'd start to heat and go nasty. But anyways, we'll have to see what it's doing. There is actually quite a lot of dust rising off the combine, so fingers crossed it's not too bad. Hopefully now it's not too bad at all, but we'll wait for him to come down this far and we'll go get his sample and we'll see what's up. So cutting away there, What's the straw like? Yeah, I'm going back for. I'll begin the baler. Yeah, that is pure crisp, pure crisp. So that's great. So that's fit to combine. So now you can see now. You'll have to excuse the wild oats. This is the worst bit of land we have for wild oats. They were sprayed off at, what's the best way to say it, an advanced stage. So they did go to seed, but the seeds never filled, they never did anything, so hopefully they won't propagate too bad. But you can see the problem with the crop. It's all tossed. The rain, the last heavy day's rain we got, just bet it down. You can see here, now we are just on the edge of a tram line, but you can see it's tossed. It's tossed everything nearly into the ground. It's just we got a bad day's rain and it just bet the crop down. Bet the crop down. You can see it's quite bad there in the middle there, but that's just the joys of it now. There's not much we can do. You can see here now all the heads are hanging down. You can see all the heads are hanging down there, and that is from the crop being dead. And you know, you give that another week, a week or two, and them heads will start to fall off. Now if I stop talking there, you should hear a bit of a crackling, like a popping. I don't know how well you can hear that, but that popping is all the barley, all the grain drying. Or that's why I always got told that's kind of like crackling. It's like you have pouring your milk on your Rice Krispies in the morning, that kind of crackling and popping. That's what I was told, is that drying. But anyways, that's the crop. So yeah, he's gone with the moisture meter there to test, so we'll have to get it off him and then see what it is. But yeah, no, it's I'd say it's actually, I'd say 18%. That's what I'm betting on at the minute, 18%. That straw is fit to bale, so I might tip back down in the Jeep and put on the baler and come back up. The 3690 is away at the minute. The last couple of days since we finished since we were here last, my father was away rolling with the 6499 in the mill. He got quite a lot done, and the mill is quite dusty inside and out because of that. And I was away ploughing and harrowing for reseeding. And anyone that was following me on Snapchat knows exactly how well I got on harrowing yesterday, which was Saturday. This is Sunday. Yeah, that's the other thing. We're working on a Sunday, something we don't generally, well, when I say we don't generally do, we wouldn't in normal circumstances go cut silage for ourselves or anyone, or do anything like that. We'd look after the cattle and that'd be about the height of it. But with the way the weather is, you just can't miss any opportunities. So anyways, so yeah, that's the story. Also, if some of you were wondering, you've probably seen the super single on the Red Rock. That's because our flotation got a puncture and we just stuck on the flotation till the puncture gets fixed on the trailer. It's just the easiest way of getting around it. But anyways, I stopped talking and ranting. We'll hear from me father on what the moisture is, and we will pick it up then, and we'll pop up the drone as well. We should get this cut today, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we might actually get another big cut in a different plot of land. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So the first bit is in the trailer. Get the drone up there. So it's coming in at, I was actually right, 18%. So 18 is pretty much bang on. At 18% it shouldn't heat in the shed, so it should be good to store. So as we're working away, once the sun stays like that and there's a nice breeze out here, we'll come down another bit. So small things, we were just looking at the ground and there's a lot of heads on the ground. You can see, well, when I say it's not a lot, but there's heads on the ground, and that's the rain. That is the rain bedded over on Wednesday. The straw, we're both happy straw's fit to bale, so I'm waiting for Liv to come pick me up, bring me back, and we'll put a baler on the 6290. And yeah, that's where we get this field wrapped up and we get back nearer home, because we're as far as can get with the tillage we have at the minute from the home. So we get closer to home and try and get another bit done. But nothing else to add, no?
No, it's just everything's weather.
weather. But at the same time, for what's on the ground, it's still yielding pretty good. Like,
I know it's decent enough.
Yeah.
It's decent enough. Look at the dust coming out.
it's yielding. We're happy with how it's yielding, but it's just annoying to see the heads on the ground.
Man, it's just disappointing.
Yeah.
You can't get a few days together to complete the job.
Yeah, but sure. Okay, it's the same every year.
Yeah.
At least it's not as bad as 16.
Not really sure, but my brain tells me I've been here before. Don't wanna draw any attention to all the crazy things that I shouldn't mention. Not really sure, but it feels like my feet are glued to the floor. Don't wanna open up my mouth, cause I'm afraid of what's gonna come out. Life is but a dream. This can't be happening. Wake up, scream. I'm in a twisted reality. Twisted. Sure who's the one making the decisions. Wake up, scream. I'm in a twisted reality.
So we're with the rally driver at the minute, and she's bringing me back to the yard so we can get the 6290 and I'm going to start baling. The sky, as you may see, just starting to hide behind the clouds there. Not looking too hectic now, so fingers crossed it stays fucking dry. Fingers crossed. So we have to take off the dung spreader to get the 6290. With a driver out during the week, or actually it was yesterday, Saturday, spent a day putting out dung because we want to get ploughing. Now we have it cleared off, we want to get it all ploughed and be ready to sow winter crops. We're planning on gambling on some winter crops. Anyways, we're gonna get this off, we get the baler on, we get back up there quick snap because that sky has changed and it ain't looking very promising. So we just have the fusion on. See there in the mirror. Ready to go. So we bait on up. We get a lot of bales made, and someday I'll get some of this machinery washed. It's just the minute it's run from one job to the next job to the next job, and if you're passing the power wash and you have a minute, you knock the dust off the windows or the muck off the windows. That's about the height of the washing at the minute, but hopefully we'll get around to tidying the flea hub at some stage. But anyways, we'll be on up the road. We get baling. Talk more about what's going on. Anyways, be on. So we're in the field now. Just heading over to get started. Just after doing a little thing for Longford IFA there, the chairperson called in just to, he wanted to do a little video to put up on their WhatsApp group. So just after doing that for the Longford IFA, anyways, we'll go to get baling and trying the sky, the weather. You can nearly feel the rain when you're outside now. It's just barely holding on now. The combine is finished. The combine's actually waiting for an escort to come back up to move the combine onto the next block of land. So the header's off, he's just waiting up there, and we'll get this all baled up. So we got a trailer load and full of the combine again, so we have quite a nice bit now. It yielded up pretty well. We would have had that bit extra if that rain hadn't come with the shedding that occurred, but sure, look at, you just can't have it the way you want it. That's just how it is. But anyways, we'll go knock a lot of bales out of this. So you can see there, we're just going through a patch that has been down. You might just be able to see the green here on the ground. That's where there was a part of the crop had fully laid down, and the heads have started to sprout, just so you know. So we're on the way. The combine is just about to leave there now, so it is. So they're waiting on to the next one at 6 o'clock now, so it's going to take them an hour now to get back home, because the combine is just massive on the road, massive, and it just takes time, because you can't tip along that fast with it, because you meet a car. It's tough. It's a tough yoke to drive on the road, so it is. It's a tough yoke. But anyways, they're just leaving. We get this baling, and hopefully they get some cut at the next block before tonight, this evening, and I should get this all baled, and then that'll be me finished. I won't be doing it else. Then I'll be doing this. Be doing well now to have this all baled in the next hour or so. So anyways, they're just leaving there now, and we'll catch up with them later on. But yeah, well, two things I suppose I can tell you. A bit fast. You can see the bale went out without any net. Don't ask me how. I couldn't find the net. I don't know where the net went. All I know is it went out without it. And there's a couple of spots where crop was laid down, and you can see where it's all regrown. All the heads are regrown. I'll show you that later on. But anyways, we keep baling.
So why is it so hard to let you go? To let you go. So why is it so hard to let you go? To let you go. So why is it so hard to let you go? Let you go. is it so hard to let you go?
So I'm just after landing the drone there, and I'm on the home straight. Above 3 runs and then some short ground to do. So nearly there. Doing a bit of soft ground at the minute. A bit heat soft there. But anyways, just as I was landing the drone there, I can feel the dew starting to fall. You can get that kind of damp, coldish air about the place. So the dew is just starting to fall. Should be finished before the dew falls. The first way you know when the dew has fallen is when you see the cleats on the tyre dark, like wet. There wouldn't be like wet to touch, but they'd be black. Instead of being that dry grey, they go that wet black kind of a colour. That's how you know when the dew is falling, from driving. So right along, we get this done now. We're working away there. It's tough now. The weather has things left tough. The forecast was given a good 7 days dry, and it didn't happen. It's actually turned pure crap now, so it has, for use of a better word. The forecast is given nothing. It's nearly rain. Broken weather is just the best way of putting it, and broken weather just isn't good enough for harvest. We're lucky enough today that the shower this morning wasn't enough to stop us altogether. 18.5% moisture is just nice. You're just under the threshold for where it could heat in the shed. You go 19, 20, it will heat in the shed or get hot in the shed within a month or two. If it goes above 20, it will get hot near enough straight away. So yeah, it's tough going now. And with the rest of the boats left to be cut, the last about 50 acres, as I said before, there's 20 acres of that lying out flat on the ground. We don't know whether we're going to whole crop it or we'll chance. Hasn't been sprayed off yet, because it's the last crop to be done, so that's on the list. We either spray it off or we don't. We whole crop, but we don't know what to do because it's pretty flat on the ground and it's going to be hard to get cut and even harder to get dry enough, but we don't know. What we have cut, what we've left to cut, what they're going on to do is the next round. It's been sprayed off nearly 3 weeks. This is sprayed off nearly a month. It's a month on Tuesday this has been sprayed off, and you can know it. You know by the straw when it's sprayed off that long. That's kind of the catch-22 with spraying off. It's a great job and it really helps the harvest, but if you don't get the weather after spraying off, you will lose the crop quicker than you lose a crop you didn't spray off. Well, I know there's probably some of you out there saying, why are you spraying off for glyphosate and all issues with Roundup and all of that? Well, the reality is, in this country of Ireland, especially in the Midlands, if we did not have access to Roundup, glyphosate, to kill off the crop before harvesting for dry grain, we don't do it for crimp or whole crop because they're not dry, but for the dry grain, we wouldn't be growing dry grain because there wouldn't be a hope in hell. If these crops hadn't been sprayed off, we wouldn't get enough good weather to be able to harvest and get it dry enough to do what we need to do with it. It's one of the biggest things with the harvest. And just around the spraying off of a crop, what we do is you spray after a crop, we spray off about 3/4 or half of the rate of what it says on the tin. We don't use the full rate because we don't need to. We like a nice slow burn. You give it 7 to 10 days, that kills it and lets the residue or the spray dissipate out of the crop. You harvest. You have a window then of about 4 weeks. Once you've hit the 4th week since it's sprayed off, you're in the danger zone. That's when it starts to shed, like I was showing you there. It's all the ears of grain, heads of grain are all hanging down, and they're just waiting to start falling off. And when they hang down, heavy rain, as you've seen, drops them off, high wind drops them off, nightmare. That's why when you spray off, you've limited yourself to like a 2-week window of where it's in ideal conditions, and then you get to 2 weeks. That's always the hardest part. But then the other side of it is, if it wasn't sprayed off, there'd be green grains in it. The straw has to be reared. With no way in hell you'd be going straight after the combine to straw in this country if you didn't spray off. It makes the harvest harder, and it is a catch-22. But we, as a rule, we spray off so that we can have the opportunities like this where you get a good drying evening and day. Even if there's rain in the morning, you can still get it at the right moisture. So that is it. That's all the straw baled. We've 125 bales off it, which is grand. Nice straw now. It was got right so far. So that's it. Just fold up the fields when we get as far as the road. And the dew has that bale I rolled out. You can feel the dampness on the straw. The dew has fallen. So that's me finished. So look, it wasn't a bad out Sunday evening's work to get the combine header fixed, get finished here, and they're actually cutting away at the minute in the next block of ground. Of 2 rounds done of the field, so that's great to hear. And yeah, that's it. So we're another step forward, and hopefully the weather settles a bit and we can get a few dry days to try and get this whole job wrapped up before it turns into a real shit show altogether. But anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm kind of hoping it's not as long as the last couple of videos has been, but I know you like them long either way. But it's just for myself for editing. There's a lot of work in editing a 47-minute video when there's nearly 2 hours of footage, and you have to watch all that and piece it all together. It just takes a while. But anyways, look, I'm going to stop complaining. That is it from me. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the description down below for all that other stuff, my merchandise, links to stuff, my Amazon store page if you want to check that out. If you ever buy anything off Amazon, use the link in the description down below, and then go off from that on to whatever you want to buy, and I'll get a small commission. It doesn't cost you a single penny, but I'll get a small commission on whatever you buy. It's quite a nice handy job. But anyways, we'll leave it at that. Hope the weather gets better, and good luck.